Well, hello, magical people. Welcome back to Magic Life. This is our daily live stream. And, well, it's good to see you all once again. I hope that this message reaches you well and that you are being your best you. So, we are going to pull some cards today, just like we always do. And hello, Angelfish. It was good to see your comment on there. I'm glad to see you back. So, are you guys ready for the Lionsgate portal tomorrow? This ascension is about to crank it up a notch. And I think we have all been going through a lot of preparations lately. So it's time to rock and roll, people. Hi, Tay. I'm wearing the shirt that you got me a couple years ago for my birthday. Here, I'll show everybody. So, I miss you, friend. All right. We are going to pick our soul truth question first, and this deck is by Brianna Hovey. I'm sending you hugs back, Angelfish. Love your face. All right, and here is your question for your soul. Am I communicating my needs? Ooh, that's a good one, and that's one that always gets me. I really suck at communicating things that I need personally. I am great at telling other people what they need, but I suck when people go, well, what do you need? I don't know, is usually my answer. So, let's read what this card has to say to us today. Looks like this is what we're going to be working on. And it says, your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? And is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? I know for me, that is definitely the case a lot of times. Because if I don't know all the details, I very often make them up in my own head, and they are never to my advantage. So I have been learning how to make that voice sit down and shut the hell up. And our soul action per this card today says, well, journal these answers. What are your needs? Are you saying no and yes enough based on your desires? Are you telling your full truth? Do you believe that your needs matter, and do you share them with others? Do you ask for what you need? And when communicating your needs, what are you resisting and with whom? And what do you need in order to feel safe enough to express your needs as well? I know for me personally, this is kind of my way of journaling this. So, what's up, Stella? Stella's being a needy lump today. For me personally, I have a really hard time asking people for things because I feel like my whole purpose here is to help others reach their highest potential. And I very often forget about the fact that if I have not reached my highest potential, I'm not doing a very good job being the example for others to reach theirs. And well, so I've been doing my best to change that by leveling up my own sense of self-worth. So let's get another soul truth card and see what else we got for today. I kind of feel like that one is a little bit of a run on yesterday's, which, makes sense energetically. Ooh, it's in there. This one right here. Ooh, good one. What are you grateful for right now? This is a good way to fix that whole self-worth problem, right? Because we need to adopt an abundance mindset, because gratitude is the antidote to all our problems. It's possible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. And gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. So, your next soul action for today says the universal law of attraction says that we attract into our lives that on which we are focused. So, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and think of 3 things for which you are grateful today. And notice the abundance growing in you. So everybody take a minute right now and put your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and think of those 3 things that you are most grateful for. And if you're feeling up to it, throw it in the chat box or in the comments. But most of all, make sure that somewhere on that list of things that you're grateful for, you put yourself and your gifts and the fact that you're just here being, right? Because I personally thank all of you for being you and being here with me. And I love you all beyond measure. And let's get an love and attraction card from Esther and Jerry. I'm grateful for you and your kiddos and your mama too, Angelfish. Oh, let's get that one. There's 2 in here. There it is. Okay, so this popped out again. It is the 50, and it says, welcome to planet Earth. You are here to seek joy. Bingo. And Esther's message to you says, if we were talking to you on your first day here, we would say, welcome to planet Earth. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. And your work here, your lifetime career, is to seek joy. So, as you think thoughts that feel good to you, you will be in harmony with who you really are. And in doing so, you will utilize your profound freedom. So seek joy first. And all of the growth that you could ever imagine will come joyously and abundantly unto you. Amen, Esther and Abraham. And it came out with the 46. We are each responsible for the thoughts that we think, right? So you are just as responsible for those thoughts reminding you of how awesome you are as you are about those thoughts about how unawesome you used to be. And that's not where we're looking anymore, right? We went through those periods in our life so that we knew what it meant to be the light. Because, well, unless you've dipped your toe in the darkness, you don't know what it's really like when you flip the switch and go the other way, the way of your soul's calling, right? So think of it that way. It was a place that you went once, so you knew where you didn't want to go, and it'll make it damn sure that you won't go back there again. And then leave it at that. Lesson learned. But the card says, when you are in alignment with who you really are, you cannot help but uplift those with whom you come into contact. Your value to those around you hinges upon only one thing: your personal alignment with Source. And the only thing that you have to give to another is an example of that alignment, which others may observe, then desire, and then work to achieve. But you cannot give it to them. Everyone is responsible for the thoughts they think and the things that they choose as their objects of attention. This is something I have very often beaten myself up about during the course of my life, is the fact that I know I can fix people, but sometimes people choose not to be fixed. Even though you can see the way for them, they have to see it for themselves, right? And it's like the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know, some of us are a little bit hard-headed, and we need to make those mistakes on our own instead of, well, listening to somebody else's advice about why we shouldn't do it, right? And that is definitely a hard lesson, realizing that it's not my job to fix everyone. And I know a lot of you feel the same way too. But it is my job to make sure that there's nothing that I need to fix in myself. Right? Right. So, in that vein, why don't we pull out the Monology cards, just because I didn't pull them out when I did the full moon reading. And let's get a card. And well, it was a full moon in Aquarius, but it was also the full moon while we're in the sign of Leo with the sun, right? So this is the energy that we are going to be embodying. Let's consult the book and see what message it has to say to us. That is funny. These cards kill me because very often when I use them, I pull whatever phase we're in. So it kind of creeps me out sometimes, actually, to be completely honest. I sometimes scare myself. But, you know, message is the message, right? So the question of this card is, have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. So think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent. But when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that is developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. And this will help all of your relationships. To help yourself attune to this moon, be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card say, self-esteem is good, vanity is not, or everyone is equally important, or creative urges should be followed, so work some magic. And last, a friendship may be ending now. Chances are, if it's ending, more than likely it wasn't your friend. But, you know, anyways, the teaching of this full moon and card says, when the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. And that's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the full moon or the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. And part of the whole releasing pride process is, well, realizing that nobody's expecting you to be perfect except for yourself. And, well, a better way to be perfect is just to be who you already are and stop comparing yourself to other people. Do the best you can and love yourself for wherever you are in your process. My daughter's birthday is next week, and Taylor's soon-to-be husband also has a birthday coming up too. Happy birthday, Ben. The Leo energy too is also a big culminator in this whole landscape portal that we enter in tomorrow is when the energy peaks. It actually goes from July 26th, not January, until April 12th, I think. And this is the time where Orion's belt and the Sirius star align with the pyramids of Giza as well. So there is a lot of crazy stuff going on energetically, and the Leo energy is just amping all of that up to a new level. So if time feels a little slippery, it is. So just give yourself a little bit of leeway on how things are going energetically, emotionally, and even physically. Let's pull some Earth Magic cards. These are by Stephen D. Farmer. Oh, there was a message in there for us. Ooh, the Wolf card. This is one we have not pulled recently, and definitely one we need to consult the book about. But it's about our instinct and our intuition. Chances are you already know what you need to do and the answer that you need to tell yourself. But are you listening? That is always the ultimate question. So the wolf is not. The wolf is literally the card that I just opened this thing to. So this message is doubly strong. Not only did I draw it right out of the book, but I drew it out of the deck. So listen up, my friends. Your spirit animal is calling today. It says some of the strongest characteristics of our brother and sister wolves are loyalty, companionship, playfulness, and affection. They are exceptional parents and take great care of their young. We see similarities to wolves and domesticated dogs, particularly certain breeds, yet these tamed and distant relatives have long ago transferred their loyalty and pack behavior to humans. Yet wolves are still carnivorous wild animals, surviving by seeking out whatever food is available that meets their dietary needs. And this is instinctually driven and is the most basic and natural drive that all living things possess. Over the centuries, the encroachment of civilization into the wolves' natural territories and the periodic scarcity of game have prompted these beings to hunt wherever they could, which at times include a rancher's or farmer's cattle or sheep. This, in turn, has triggered a desire for revenge by these people so that they hunt and kill wolves, which has decimated their ranks. It's the so-called civilized world clashing with the world of the wild and the instinctual. The message of this card says you have lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It is the result of cultural and/or religious prescriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual is threatening and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now is the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune into these instinctual cues. Let the spirit of wolf be your teacher and call upon this benevolent being for help identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions with the only guideline being to do no harm. And experiment by getting out of the straitjacket of familiar societal norms and listening to those sensations in your gut that are trying to give you a message. It may be a warning or an urging to take action of some sort. Take some deep breaths and simply notice what your bodily sensations are telling you. Your mind will be the receiver of that information, and your body and mind can learn to work more closely with each other. Once again. So, we are definitely becoming reattached. And well reacquainted with that part of us that runs on instinct. Have you ever come across a situation where you needed to make a snap decision, and instead of following your first instinct, you let your brain take a hold and you made the wrong decision and shit blew up in your face because you didn't listen to your first instinct? Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those times. So always follow your first instinct, especially if it scares you a little bit. Because sometimes that little feeling of fear is your soul jumping up and down in excitement for the fact that you heard it speaking to you and you're following its instruction. Definitely going to be super duper important coming up. We all have a big decision to make, so make sure you're making it with your heart and not your head. Now, let's get some soul coaching cards from Denise Lynn so we can build ourselves a affirmation mantra for today. Let's see what it has to say. 1. I'll show you in a second. 2 and 3. All right. What do we get? Light. Excuse Stella. There's a dog walking by across the street. She might bark in a second. Oh. Stella, no. Strength. What does the Leo card is the strength card in the tarot? It represents our strength. Pardon me. Oh, the neighbor's dog is loose and running around. And the third card is silence. So what do those all say together? My light radiates through my life and the world around me. I have deep inner strength and glorious vitality, and I am serene no matter what is occurring around me. Right? I think that's a pretty good mantra for today. So, our message is pretty clear. Follow your instinct. Listen to your heart. And remember, we are each responsible for the thoughts that we think. So make sure that you are thinking thoughts filled with love and not still beating yourself over the head with choices that you made when you didn't know any better. Right? Let's get the bottom of this Earth Magic deck. Childhood innocence. Ooh, I like that. Look to your inner child. You know, back when you still believed in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. Before society told you that those things don't exist. Back when you still knew that you were love and light and that you were here to have fun. And try to get back in touch with that inner child back before we were taught how to be responsible. And, you know, see where it leads you. Maybe somewhere really fun. But ultimately, that is definitely the energy that we need to be reattaching to. Innocence. Because we are all here being God. You know, we're lifing and loving and godding. We are the physical manifestation of what source is. Right? Every single one of us is a fractionalized part of that. And we need to get back in touch with the fact that, well, we're all here learning lessons, and we're not here to compare ourselves to each other, but to shine our own individual light and be what we came here to be, which is love, joy, peace, and hope for a better tomorrow, while we are enjoying the ever-present moment of now, because everything is always working out for us. All our wants and needs are met above and beyond our greatest expectation, because we are safe, loved, prosperous, and protected in all we do. Right? Right. Okay, let's close this out with an affirmators card, because we're pushing 25 minutes. And I apologize for the fact that these are literally taking 12 hours to upload after the live stream. So sorry for those of you who are wanting to watch these right away. I'm hoping to circumvent that by creating a playlist. I know I've been able to go into the playlist and pull the videos up right away. You can't watch the live chat, but you can at least replay the video. And we get gentleness, because ultimately that's what your soul is trying to remind you to be. Gentle with yourself, because we're all doing the best we can, right? So remember, speak with gentleness, listen with gentleness, and align yourself with the gentlest part of yourself. Take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. And ideal partnership with your soul. So remember, you are a rare and precious find, and your brilliance will be reflected back to you when you're paired with your true match. Your ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. You deserve greatness, because you are greatness. And, well, to paraphrase Rumi, what you're looking for is also looking for you. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. You never know, right? But ultimately, remember, my friends, if you take no other message away from today, know I love you beyond measure. So be good. Be good to yourselves, and keep being good to each other, because we are changing the world every day, one soul at a time. And, well, until next time, may favor follow you wherever you go, as does my love. And thank you, as always, for being here with me. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow as we all hit the peak of this Lionsgate portal in this period of ascension that we're all going through together. I know it's been rough, but hang on a little bit longer, okay? Because shit is about to get really, really awesome. That I can promise you. Bye now, everybody.